What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another How I Would Have Made It video. Now, this is becoming a new series apparently on my channel where I just sit here and tell you how I would make a third movie or like the other like a movie that was never made that I would have made. And these are becoming very interesting to do actually, and these are actually becoming very cool to do actually, and it's really cool to sit here and think like how would I make a certain movie, or how I would make a sequel to that movie. So this is really cool, and this was requested by Zaid, of course, and I really like this one. So this is my how I would make the Amazing Spider-Man 3 video. Now I gotta say, I was surprised when I saw this one pop up on the list, because I know a lot of people didn't like The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 2 real quick. The movie was a little bit of a mess. I agree. I think that the movie could have been better. I think it needed more organization, of course. It needed a better plot, of course, and it just overall was a mess for me. But I did like the movie overall. But I don't hate the movie, but I don't like love it either. I'm like kind of like it's one of those movies where I'm like, I could do with or without it. But anyway, let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Okay, so it probably would have happened if, Mark Webb stuck with it. They teased the Sinister Six. We saw the Vulture. I think we even saw Dr. Octopus's arms, and we got a bunch of other teases to supervillains in that Osborn's tower, which, to be honest, I thought was kind of cheesy. I think it was kind of cheesy how it was all that was just sitting in display. But of course, I'm not here to critique The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm here to talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 3. So let's get into it. How would I make The Amazing Spider-Man 3? Well, I would make the movie more about Peter dealing with the fact that, he still lost Gwen. I know at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, he kind of quit being Spider-Man for a few months, and then he came back. But I would still let him, be Spider-Man, but I think what I would do is make him a little bit more aggressive, make him a little bit more angry, because I want him to be still upset about this. This is one of those things where it's like, you're not going to get over it in a little bit. You're still going to be a little ticked off. He's still going to be ticked off that Harry, killed Gwen. He's still going to be ticked off that, these criminals are doing the things they're doing. It's still going to get to him, but I want to see how far I can push the envelope, and let me explain how I would do that. Now, we know that Spider-Man 3 had the black suit, and a lot of people would say, oh, you'd be copying. In The Amazing Spider-Man 3, I'd put the black suit in it. Here's why. I would put the black suit in it because I think it would be a good opportunity to see an angry Spider-Man, a very violent Spider-Man. I think I would just push the boundaries with his character so much with the black suit on, because that's what the black suit does. It just feeds that anger, that aggression, that power that he has, and that's what I would want to do with this Peter in the movies, is take advantage of that and try to show a more darker side of Peter. In Spider-Man 3, we didn't really get a darker side. We got more of like a goofy side, which I had no problem with, but, it was, kind of ridiculous. But yes, I think in The Amazing Spider-Man 3, I would have the black goo, the black suit, and we would focus on, his character and how it's changing. The villains, I would have, I thought about this for a while. I mean, you could do some villains. You could do Shocker, you could do Mysterio, you could do Vulture. Either way, I think would work for this particular type of a movie that I would be trying to make. and then there is this one scene. I have one scene that's really cool, and I think it would be really, really scary, because I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, this could be scary. So when Spider-Man's got the black suit on, let's say, whenever he would get the suit in the movie, let's say after a while he's web slinging and then he starts thinking about Gwen's death again. And then he starts getting mad at Harry. And then what he decides to do, he decides to break into that prison. He decides to break into the prison that he is in, that Harry's currently in. And he starts taking out some of the guards, like, violently, just bam, just smashing their heads on things. And he makes his way to Harry, right? And when he gets there, he's just... I would just make him go balls to the wall, like in the animated series with Shocker. Like, Shocker! Just Harry, you killed the woman I love. Like just throw him around into walls and just breaking stuff and just go crazy. And then I want him to just grab him, hold him, and then all of a sudden the black suit starts becoming like Venom, and Harry's like all petrified because he just sees Venom instead of Spider-Man and Peter. It'd be scary, because it's like, because you'd be asking yourself, is he gonna kill him? Is he gonna really kill him? And then all of a sudden he'll get lucky and some guard will hit the alarm and it'll make the suit go crazy and he'll have to retreat. And I don't know how I would have him get rid of the suit. Maybe I'd do a different scene, maybe where, because I don't want it to be a church again. I'd rather it be somewhere else. But The Amazing Spider-Man 3, I would make it more about Peter dealing with the fact that Gwen's death was heavy on him. Trying to push his character to the limit of how far can we go before that's a little bit too much. Maybe even with villains. Maybe, like, before he goes and gets Harry, maybe I'd like to show off, like, hey, he's about to kill this villain, or he's about to kill this villain, because the black suit's pushing him to do it. And, I think it would be an interesting dynamic to do for this character, and I think it would make up a little bit for the goofiness of Spider-Man 3. But yeah, that's how I would make The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I know, like, this is just how I would make it. It's not like, oh, how would I make the whole movie? This is just like how, what the plot would be. What would the stakes be? What would the, just things like that. That's what this series is about. It's not about me making a whole movie here. So, because that's hard enough as it is. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Do you have any other ideas you'd want to do? Do you have any, like, other recommendations you would do for, like, how you would make The Amazing Spider-Man 3? Or would you just skip to the Sinister Six? Because what I would do is I would wait for the Sinister Six, because I know a lot of people would be like, oh, The Amazing Spider-Man 3's obviously got to be like the Sinister Six or something. No, I wouldn't do that. I would do something a little bit more, contained, something more driven, focused after the second movie, because the second movie was all over the place, too many villains, too many everything. So I'd focus more on Spider-Man and Peter dealing with, his morality and his, his code of conduct and all this stuff. I'd want to focus on his character rather than anything else. Yeah, that's how I'd make The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I don't have a particular villain I would want to use. Like, I could use Vulture, I could use Mysterio, I could use Shocker, I could use whoever I want. I'd most likely go with Vulture, just because I think that it would be a really cool fight scene, and I think it would be really cool to, like, maybe he rips off the wings and stuff like that. I think it would be, like, really cool and interesting. Let me know, again, let me know what you guys think, what your ideas are, and until then, guys, I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.